Helping a loved one through a difficult time is just as rewarding as it can be difficult. Yet, what if your loved one isn't willing to heal or receive the help you're giving? Helping someone who isn't willing to accept it can be tiresome and counterproductive. So it's best to know when to stop pouring your empathy into the wrong places. Welcome back, Psychos. Today we'll be talking about the 7 types of people you can't help. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, as well as click the notification bell so that you never miss a video. Number 1. People who avoid accepting their problems. Sometimes when we see a loved one struggling with an issue in their lives, it's easy for us to want to swoop in and save them. However, this just isn't the reality of helping another person. If someone's in a negative situation, it's extremely difficult to pull them out if they're not ready to face their problems. Whether they have yet to really notice how bad things are, or they are avoiding accepting the situation at all costs, there is no place for you and your help until they come and ask for it. In other words, if someone doesn't think they have a problem, it's not a problem. In fact, you coming to a loved one telling them they have a problem could result in them pushing you away and thinking you're the issue. Number 2. People who have the victim mentality. Living life with a victim mentality is not only a problem of its own, it can also make helping this person with their other issues nearly impossible. People with the victim mentality resort to pointing the finger at everyone and everything but themselves, especially in times where things go wrong. This mentality is a result of lacking the emotional maturity to hold themselves accountable for their choices and their actions that lead them to negative situations. Owning up to your mistakes is the first step to getting help. So no matter how hard you try to help someone with the victim mindset, they're never going to change because in their perspective, nothing is their fault and there is nothing they could have done differently. Number 3. People who continuously justify wrong decisions. In today's day and age, it's common to see people who see their trauma as part of who they are instead of something they can heal and overcome. And with this trauma becoming a part of their identity, it's much easier for them to justify negative behaviors and actions based on the belief of this false identity. No matter what the issue is, whether it be self-harm, addiction, or eating disorders, once it has been taken on as part of themselves, the problem has dug deeper, to a place where it's much more difficult to help them. Plus, with the inability to separate identity and issues, it becomes much more of a personal attack in their perspective, if a loved one were to try to discuss the issue to help. Number 4. People who are deceptive. Liars are difficult to help because they are not only dishonest with everyone around them, but they're also dishonest with themselves. Dishonest or deceptive people have a tendency to charm and persuade their way into getting what they want. So even if you think you're helping, the sympathy they receive from you is probably part of their ulterior motive. These types of people are manipulators and know how to cheat, trick, and convince the people around them to give them what they want. And if you're genuinely a helpful person, they will probably use it against you to their benefit. Number 5. People who expect you to fix them. As we mentioned, you can't expect to help someone who isn't willing to help themselves. Yet some people really do wait for the right person to come along and save them, without looking into the steps they can take to save themselves. If you happen to be this person, don't do it. Helping someone who expects you to put in more time on their healing than they are putting in is counterintuitive because it will never be resolved. Instead, it's best to wait for your loved one to show that they're willing and able to put in the effort to achieve the desired outcome. This person also needs to be willing to commit to the amount of time they need to truly heal and not expect immediate results. Number 6. People who are self-righteous. Egocentric know-it-alls are one of the most difficult people to get involved with, never mind attempting to heal them. These people tend to have narcissistic characteristics where they view themselves as perfect, having nothing to change or improve. Actually, most of these self-righteous type people think that it's everyone else around them who needs to step up their game. So, as you can imagine, it's completely impossible to help someone that not only thinks that they have nothing that needs to be helped, but also sees everyone around them as inadequate, including you. If they don't point the finger at you and your issues while being confronted about theirs, you can be sure they'll become defensive and condescending on some level. Although they play a good character, in reality these people have deep-rooted trauma and insecurities, and they're afraid to confront their fears that they may see themselves as anything but perfect. And the last type of unhelpable person is number 7. People who are doubtful and pessimistic. Come on, you can do it. No, really, I've tried before. You could never do it. Sound familiar? This back and forth can go on forever with someone who's doubtful. So, helping someone who, no matter how hard you've tried, cannot see their potential through their pessimistic outlook is difficult and draining. Doubtful people also tend to be skeptical of everyone and everything good that comes their way because they criticize every opportunity. Your words of positivity and encouragement and optimism go in one ear and out the other for these people. They can't see past their pessimistic tendencies. The dangerous thing about hanging around these doubtful people for too long is that you can easily become convinced of the pessimistic way of life, especially during a period of unfortunate events. So psychos, have you ever attempted to help any of these type of people? Tell us in the comments below. Also, make sure to leave us a like, share this video with your friends, and also subscribe to our channel for more psycho videos.